right, hello everyone. Welcome to this week's episode of Talk with Steven. So, to our loyal audience, you know what's going to happen today. But for our new audience who just joined us today, Talk with Steven is a weekly talk show where I will be interviewing many individuals who have achieved, who are normally ordinary individuals who have achieved extraordinary success in their life. So we have been running this talk show for the past few months, and over these all these months, we have interviewed many inspiring entrepreneurs, employees, parents, and we even interviewed 7-year-old kid, and all of them brings a very inspiring stories that have actually impacted hundreds of students, hundreds of uh, audience live. So every week on Wednesday we will go live, and it will just change many people's life after that. So if you still don't know, I am Steven here. I will be the host for today's Talk with Steven show, and what I do is I'm the head of marketing and sales in a beautiful company called Group Consultancy, and this company provide various type of trainings and programs that helps people on how they can achieve their goals by handling themselves and their emotions better. And you know that usually my voice is echoing, I'm so sorry. And you know that usually the people are the we cannot achieve our goal because most of the time we are, in suddenly we have something happen to our emotions and everything. So my company, the Global Consultancy, is works with people on how they can solve that. And beside that, I'm also the council member of ETA Ideas, a social business incubator that focus on developing entrepreneurs. And also I am the president of PMDK. It's an NGO that works with youngsters and make sure that they have provided with all type of guidance and support so that they can achieve whatever things that they want in their life. So as a person who is working very closely with the youngsters out there, I know that a teacher plays a very important role in a student's life. I think there are many teachers are watching here today. Thank you very much for watching. Please do share the stream to any of your friends that you know. And if you are a teacher, please do comment which school are you from. Let's just hear it from which school are you. And like I say, the teachers plays a huge responsibilities in a person's life, in a student's life. They literally have the power to shape the reality of a student. Like what the student is going to be is depends on what the teacher is teaching them, how the teachers is communicating with them, and teaching them what are the other things they're teaching them. So this is really important, and today we're going to interview someone who is very inspiring. She is a teacher. Her name is teacher Rani Ganesan, and she is awesome. She has been in the teaching line for the past 30 plus years. She is the co-founder of Pusat Tuition Sri Makmo. It's a wonderful tuition center that I studied with her, and she is also the trainer of Planting the Seed of Success program. She will share more things about that in a while. And she is also a mother of two amazing kids who are running an international youth movement called Ascendants, who are working with the youngsters as well and impacting them on how they can achieve holistic success while doing their best in their exam, and also do something about their career at the young age as well. So I think I've talked a lot. So without any further ado, let's welcome our guest speaker for today, Rani Ganesan. Hello.
Hi.
Hello,
Hi.
teacher. How are you?
Very fine. It's,
Thank you for joining today. I know you have back-to-back
very,
classes.
I'm very happy to be interviewed by my student.
Thank you very
Thank
much,
you
teacher.
very much for
I'm really
having me.
honored. I'm really honored to interview you one more time in my show. So thank you very much for spending your time. I know that you are really busy with your classes, back-to-back classes. I think after this also you have class. So we try to make this session quick and impactful at the same time. So to our audience, I want this segment to be as interactive as possible, as personal to you as possible. So if you have any question, please do type in the chat box so that we can actually ask the question. Because when you ask the question, it will be more impactful for you. So teacher, we have many people saying good afternoon to you. So I'm trying my level best to call Mr. Teacher Rani Armugam as Rani, but out of the respect, my word keep going to teacher. So just to deal with you guys. So teacher, I have a very important question, which is the topic for today's segment. being a teacher beyond the classroom. Okay, how are you being a teacher beyond the classroom, teacher?
To answer this question, let me tell a little bit about my past, whereby
Yeah,
my name is Rani Ganesan. I'm running this tuition center on as the language center in Kaiwara Business Park, Damansara, Utama for past 18 years. Okay, you might ask me, if I run for 18 years, how come you got 30 years teaching experience? Okay, to tell you the truth that I'm very passionate about teaching. If you ask me, which job you will do without being paid even a single cent, I will say teaching. I'm that much
nice,
into it. Okay, why I'm daringly telling this because when I studied in Form 3, I used to give tuition classes, free tuition classes for the underprivileged students. So my career started when I was in Form 3 itself, Form 2, Form 3 itself. So I never let go this passion. Even during my SPM, my STPM, I still go and teach for free for so many students. I share my knowledge with them. So when I go to university also, I was in the Peranchangan, Curriculum Scholaranda and all that. I was still doing that I studied in USM. Even then, I also give classes for my students, but I give a lot of motivational talks and all that. So I never let go my passion until I go to work, because after I finish my job, then I feel that wow, uh, of course glamour a bit. I immediately when I come out from university itself, I already got a job. So what I did, I go for a job. It's 7 to 7 job. Then it's 6 days in a week. I work in a multinational company, a Japanese company, and all that. Then I get married. Then after that only one question hit me. Where is the actual passion that I developed so long with me? Then when the question hit me very hardly, after I deliver my son, I quickly resign my job and start my language center. That is how I became a professional teacher, and I started to go back to what I passion about. Okay, not just because if I want to earn money, that by then I earn a lot of money, but it doesn't make me happy because I was passionate about teaching. So I went into I started my tuition center. But when I start the tuition center itself, I went in with the end goal that I must have a product differentiation. That means every tuition can give you tuition classes. Every student, every teacher can teach. I mean, school teacher can teach so much better than even tuition centers. But how to make this product differentiation, then I come out with the program I call as planting the seed of success. So this program is a 1 year program with 3 different parts I will run, whereby when they come in my center only, then I'll give them the first program that is on goal setting. How you set your goals, how you come out with your end goal, how you make sure you know, whereby I make the card, I paste it on the center with their photograph and all that. So they feel they're very proud to say, this is who am I. Okay, but after 3 months it will drop down. So what I mean,
yeah,
we do
that's
another
usual. Yeah,
another
we have a goal
another
later on, we'll just forget about it.
it will take maximum around 2 to 3 months. After then, they won't talk about it. So
Yeah,
after 3 months, we will do we call as I challenge myself, whereby I teach them technically how to challenge themselves inside so that they know what they're supposed to do. And then we will come out with their self-study, with nothing to be and all that. But exactly before 2 months before the exam, we will run final program. There is a visualization. Okay, if you talk about goals and how to plant it, then you will know it must be written, it must be rewrite, and it must be revisit. How to revisit your dream, so that we call as a visualization session. So whereby this visualization will be a half day. We will put them into visualization and see what is the end they are going to achieve, how happy they are going to end up their life and all that. So this program is what make the product differentiation in the center. So past 17 years to run my business is not a big problem because student comes to me because of this program. Okay, I would say that I was privileged to have this program. So I can go and impact students very fast. After my visualization, my student will be very close to me. They don't mind sharing anything with me.
hmm,
So
I have a question, teacher, because usually teachers, their task is to prepare the materials to teach, and then you just go ahead and teach the students and everything. But this program that you do called the Planting the Seed of Success is the extra thing that you are doing for your students. They don't even pay for it. So if they come and join your center, you just teach them the extra things so that they also know about goal setting. But one thing that I like is everybody know about goal setting, like even student also know like how many A's they want to get and everything, but most
Yeah,
of the
yeah.
time they forget about the goal. But you keep going back to them, revisiting them, rewriting the goal, revisiting that, take the proper action together with them, and that's build the success, that's build the trust and the, the trust, the truthfulness with your students towards you. Let me just ask you this one question, teacher. How did you actually build the trust towards the students? Because for the student to go, is not a norm for the student to go and tell a teacher about what's
Yes,
happening,
yes.
even if it is let's say it's studies, even studies also they don't want to tell. So, like, how did you build the trust? Because I remember that you built a very good trust with me, and there are some other teachers that I know from my primary school, my secondary school, built beautiful trust with me that I will share with them anything that they ask. How did you actually build the trust? Because I believe that is the main thing that develops a student. So,
Yes.
how did you build the trust, teacher?
Okay, building trust is not a one day you go and see the program and then you come back and then you will go and tell all the story to the person. You need time for them to implant in their mind this person is same synchronized with my thoughts. Okay, so how I build this trust? Number one, when a student come to me, I will listen to them. I will never put my word before they tell out whatever they want to tell to me. So when I started to listen to their story, I got a lot of story to tell also. Because when I started to listen to them, then only they'll open up. And then number one. Number two, I must make them to trust by when they tell me, I will ensure that I'll keep it secretly. I will never ever reveal whatever a student tell to me to another student, even to their parents, until I get a permission from the student. Okay,
Mm,
I make it this as a habit. So when I get the permission to tell the parents, then the student feel that wow, I can tell anything to this teacher. Okay, and I also at the same time I will share a lot of my experience, my life experience when I was a child, how I deal with my problem. Then I will tell them nakedly. I won't like pause la, change la the story and all that. So when I tell them my story truthfully, they don't mind share their problem truthfully to me. So this is how I make sure that my students come and tell me what they feel, what is their problem,
that is
and
nice. That is nice. So the teachers who are watching our segment right now, please do ask whatever question that you have in the chat box so that we know you are watching, and we also know that, just ask any question Miss Rani will answer, because the more question you ask, the more personal experience will come, because Miss Rani have 30 years of experience. That is actually more than my entire lifetime on this planet Earth. So that's how much of experience do you have. So I like the part where you will build the trust with the students, and then they will come and tell you and everything. That's really beautiful. So I'm pretty sure in 30 years of experience, you have a lot of memorable experience with your students. Can you share with us one beautiful memories that you remember until right now about a student?
I want to share one of my students who did a tremendous improvement in their life. But you must tell, I'm telling this after I get a permission from this girl. Okay,
That's nice. That's
I already texted her and I told her, but this happened a few years back. I texted her and told her, can I share your story? Then she said, if it can impact many students, I don't mind sharing it. So I would like to
nice.
test,
This is
share
your this is
my
the story
student.
that how you go beyond
Yes.
being a teacher and help the student. Okay, go ahead, teacher.
Yes, this is one girl. There was one girl. She was in PT3 when come and join my center. Okay, she came and joined in somewhere in January, but by the month of May or June somewhere, she was missing in the class. So when I called the parents, no one pick up and never answer. Then I asked the friends, what happened to her? Why she never joined? And then she said, I don't know, la teacher. Then I said, ask her to come and see me. But this girl take the effort to come and see me. She come and see me, she hugged me and she cried non-stop. And then I asked her, let me listen to your story. Then she told that father and mother break off and they are no more staying with her. They left her in a rumah kongsi. Rumah kongsi means many of them stay in the same house. They
Oh.
only have rent a room to stay. Then she said, I asked her, how long already? She said, it's more than a month. I'm staying alone in a room and I'm not going to school because I'm very shy. And I asked her, how you eat? Who supply you the food? She said, those youngsters, the bujang that's staying in the house, giving her the food to stay there. I was
Mm.
so like heartbroken when she said that. Then she said, I asked her, so what is the immediate help do you need? She said, I need a place to stay. I don't want to stay in this house. Everyone looking at me one kind only. Then I called one of my Malay friends and I asked her and then I explained the story and she said, I don't mind feeding a child together with my child. So
Nice.
then this girl was shifted and staying in that room with a friend. But the problem is she still don't want to come to tuition. I asked her what wrong. They say I got no money to pay you. And I said it's okay. You can pay whenever you feel that you can. Then she came and joined. So she finished. So but she finished. PT3 she got 6 A's, 2 B's.
Wow.
That good
Okay.
result. Then I told her your biggest problem is you don't have a place to stay. So I said let's apply for scholar asrama so you have a place to safely stay. So she applied for asrama with the result she got a place and then she went there she stayed there. But for your surprise, when she was in Form 3 itself, she go and work during the holiday. She go and work in Jasco, and she pay me back that whole fee, the PT3
Mm.
tuition fee. Okay, then she stayed there. She go for the asrama school. After a while, she come back. Then I asked her, "What problem? What's the problem?" She said, "I don't stay in asrama because it's not my culture. I can't take the culture over there."
Okay.
School is now she's no more in school. She come back from Scholar Asrama. Now she don't have any place. Then I told her, let's go and apply for Jabatan Pendidikan. I take her to Jabatan Pendidikan and I told her, you must let me to tell the story to the officer in charge. Then only I can get you back in the school. Then immediately the officer when listened to her story, he put her back in the school. Then once she put back to school, she go to the friend's house again, and then she did a SPM. She got flying colors. She got 5 A's with 2B or 3B. I
Wow.
don't know. With
Okay.
all these kind of
Yeah.
problems, she settled everything. She still come back to me. She attend our classes and all that. Okay, all finished already. Then she go for further tertiary education. Tertiary education, she applied. She got. She got. Uh, she don't want to go for the government because she want to get something different, an international lifestyle. Her thinking
Mm.
is different. Then she
Nice.
went to college. Once she college, she got PTPN loan approved immediately and all that. But that is only for her college fee. She got no money to stay for the hostel and all that. Then she said, teacher, how to do? Then I said, it's okay. Lah. How much you want to spend every month? I don't mind paying it. Then she said, I only need around, I think, 360 ringgit per month. I said, how come so small? She said, I can manage within the small money. Then I give her, every month I'll transfer her. But she didn't even study there for about 6 months. After then, after one semester, she quit and then she come back.
Why?
She said, she said it's easy to go there, but to be there with small amount of money is not enough for her. I said I don't mind giving more. She said I ada malu lah cikgu nak minta duit dengan cikgu aja. Then what happened? She quit the job. After that, immediately after the 1 year, I think she get married. I know the boy
Mm.
also is a very nice man. So she get married and then she shifted to Singapore. Okay, she went to Singapore. She continued her study, and then in Singapore syllabus, she got CGPA of 3.72. And she sent me the result to say thank you very much, teacher. But she never forgot her
Even
expenses. She
after
asked
so many years, she never forget you.
how many years. I think how many after that. After so many years, she said, please give me your account number. Now I have the money to pay you back whatever that I owe you. This
Nice.
is the student. You see, her problem was so big. I think with no parent support, the father married another one, the mother married another one. She got so much of problems. She never bothered about that. And she's very,
Mm.
very successful today. She's staying in Singapore. All the while, she will text me, she will tell me. And the most happiest moment being with her is she keep my handphone as mummy. My
Wow, so
phone
nice.
number, contact number, she saved as mummy.
Very very
So
heartwarming to really even I was like people are saying some love emoji and all, because I personally feel it's a very nice story, and that's what makes you a teacher that is beyond the classroom, because you could have easily just leave the girl alone, like, you didn't come to my class, I cannot pay, okay, just it's all, when you can pay you come for the class, I don't care or something like that.
yeah,
But you, for me, it's like you go to like an extra mile, like it's not like out of your zone, but it's you go extra mile until you make sure this girl studied. You make sure that this girl, even don't mind giving the money. I don't know how many teachers will do that, but I'm really proud to be your student. So thank you for
no,
sharing
no,
that
no.
story.
Actually, the amount was quite small also, lah. Not to say so much, but the impact make her to become successful is, I think, so much bigger than the
Uh,
amount
I
that I
think I think what drives her is there is a thought that somebody is taking care of
yes,
you.
yes,
Somebody
yes.
is there to guide you.
That
I
there is
think that's
someone
what.
for me.
Yeah, there is someone from me. I really remember this really well, because um, we all have a teacher that we really really love. I think even teacher, you will have a teacher that you really really love when you were
Yes.
studying. Every teachers have that, and when I say this, that is one teacher comes to your head, and that is the only person that's they will go back to whenever we need some help and everything. So thank you very much, very nice story. I think we have a question from our
It's
audience.
not a story. It's a real life.
It's a real life story. So really,
Yeah.
really heartwarming. So we have a question from one of the teacher who asked this question: what do you do during the classroom? Because you are doing the extra things, like, like make sure this kid study, make sure this kid is fed, what is this kid is doing, all these things. But what do you do during the classroom? And do you differentiate the activities in the classroom? That is the question that our audience asked, teacher.
Yes, of course, because if you see a classroom setup, in the classroom you have a very highly motivated, good students, then you have a moderate student, you also have backstage students. So all these will be sitting together in the classroom. So I, as a teacher, when I go and handle my class, I teach, yes, I teach the syllabus, but I'll make sure most of the question I'll put to the lower level students, so that when you give opportunity for them to talk in the class, they feel this like a big honor for you for them. So they'll be very happy. And when I prepare my material, so I'll make sure that, let's say I have 10 questions. So all the 10 questions, I don't put it in the same level. The first one will be a little bit simpler. Then the second, a few will be a moderate question. Then the last one will be the harder one. So normally what I do in the class, I'll say the third grade students all, I will say, okay, you people only answer the first four questions. So they will be very happy because they have to do a little bit of work. But the moment that I say like that, I'll also make sure that all the good students finish it off. And with the good student, mostly what I do is after the class, I'll spend some time with them. Normally, it will happen opposite in other centers I see. They spend more time with the good students, and then the moderate student, they won't spend most time. But in the classroom, I will spend more time with the lower level student, whereby after my class only I will go and help the good students. Because good student, if you give them a little bit also, they know how to come. But the lower one is the one that they really need help. But with our program planting seed of success, they will be very close to each another. They won't they don't differentiate, oh, I am very good, I'm in the first class, I'm in the second class. They won't feel it like that. Because our program already synchronized their thinking.
I like what you said, that you just give some extra care to the person in the back of the class, this kind of things,
Yeah.
because that's when these people will also take the initiative. Because personally, I'm doing this talk show. Some of the teachers might think that, oh my God, I'm the best student. I might be the best student in the class. No, I'm not. I don't even study in the class. I don't even do anything. I'll sit in the back of the class. Most of the time, I'll just sleep in the class. That's what I do. But I remember during my Form 4 days, there is this teacher, Form 5, I remember this teacher walk up to me. She's maths teacher. I forgot her name. She came up to me. Then I was sleeping. This is a story. I was sleeping in the back of the class. She come to me. She wake me up. Then she asked, "Do you want to do this question? It'll be nice if you can do." For me, it's like, teacher, why are you asking the question to me? It's like you're supposed to like tell me to do this, but you come and ask my permission. And somehow she says sorry for waking me up. I feel so bad and guilty that I slept in the class. I waked up. After that, I make sure during a segment, during a subject, I make sure all of my friends studied. I will teach them if I need to, and then I will do the question. And I remember when I score a very good result in my SPM results, because of that teacher, I start to like take my studies seriously. I score A plus for maths, I think, if I'm not mistaken. I go and show my result. Teacher, I score most of I score 6 A's, by the way. So I go and tell her this is the first thing. I go and show my result. She's so happy. She cried on that day. She's like, I know, Stephen, you can do this. She just cried. So
I do agree with you.
yeah,
The backstage class students all are, if you give them a little bit of personal attention, they will come up. Actually,
yeah,
what they're looking for is somebody to listen to them, to spend time with them, these kind of things. So
yeah.
I think
I think teacher,
so.
we have a student, one of your student, saying you have been my one of my inspiration teacher. Proud to be your student since 10 years old till 17.
Yes,
So Vishnu Priya is here.
yes.
So
Shall I tell about Vishnu Priya a bit?
can no problem. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you, Vishnu. Actually, Vishnu came to me when she was in standard 4, I think, 10 years old. So she was with me all the time with UPSR. She is a person who little bit, you just need to ask her to do little bit. You pay attention little bit, she will do wonders. That is inbuilt in her. So, but apart being beyond means, I'm not only close to her. I know her family personally. I know the parents personally. Many times I meet with the parents when I go to any shopping center or go to temple. I will talk to them. So when Vishnu finished her studies SPM, she was our inspiration student. She scored full good results in science stream. So what happened after that? What she went to study in university. Then she come back to me and asked me, teacher, yes, being in university is nice, but I don't get the inspiration that you give in tuitions in Sri Magmo. Then she said, I want to do something better. I want to do something more than what I study in my life. Then only I bring her to Ascendance. And then once she was there, I think she's one of my students who's doing very, very well together with the Ascendance and ET Ideas. She have her own startup, and she also find out that she's passionate about teaching. Uh, I go and extra also. Once she said I'm interested in teaching, I asked her to teach her in my center. Then she came in, started to teach, and she said, I'm not interested in small kids, like teacher. I want to go and do with other young, elder teacher students. Then I quickly ask her to teach for SPM level. She did a very good job. And today, I think she's earning so much with her own effort. Okay, a
Yeah.
student like Vishnu only need a little bit of just a little bit of support, just a little bit of heart. They will do wonders because the inspiration is already built in them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you, Vishnu.
That's a beautiful story. We also have another question from our audience. Teachers, we will talk a little bit more about ascendance in a while to our
Huh?
audience. Introduce you to about them later. But we have this one important question that I thought maybe we should address this question. So, teacher, you have a experience of 30 plus years. Okay, just
Yes.
let's say we don't include 2020. We include until 2029. Maybe you have 29 years of experience that have been doing the normal teaching the way you usually teach physically and everything. Okay, and then suddenly the pandemic hit, and now you need to adapt to different level of teaching. The world becomes so volatile, so dynamic that everything changes and everything. How did you adapt to different type of teaching, different type of things very quickly, teacher? Because I know personally that you are one of the person that quickly turned your business into
Yes.
online, and if you're doing amazingly after that. How did you do that, teacher? Any sort of advice to our teachers here?
Actually, everyone blame on pandemic. If you ask me, I will say it's grace in disguise. It really turned our whatever we did for past 19 years, 16 years physically, I can bring it very easily into online because I re-educate my student. What do you mean re-educate my students? So once this online thing come out, uh, I run classes, yes, but I run physical classes through internet, through my Zoom class. So I use
Oh,
my extra camera and everything. I make sure that I teach them exactly how I teach physically. I didn't use all this new material, video, and all that, because it's something they don't get it in the school. But as the times goes on, they pick up. They pick up very fast. Now my class is going with full technically with full the material, all online material and all that. They can adapt it. So as a student, you must know how to start things. They haven't ready yet. So unlearn them, let them to learn first. Then only I start my class fully. So then become very successful among my students, whereby I retain all my students. That's
nice.
number one. Number two, I also, when the pandemic came, quickly they shift to this Zoom class, isn't it? Many parents don't know how to use Zoom.
Mm.
So I call one by one every student, every parents. I teach them how to download Zoom, how to go into my class, how to do things. I teach the teachers, the students, not only students, the parents. And the parents, when adapt it, then it's easy for me to go further. So this is what you said, go beyond the classroom. You must educate the parents.
Yeah, because the students also don't know, even the parents also don't know.
Yeah,
So
they don't
yeah,
know.
yeah,
So,
we have
so
people
that's
saying,
that's how I
yeah,
bring in. And now my Cambridge class, I think I got student all over Malaysia already. I also got international student from Amsterdam.
yeah, we have people saying a lot of beautiful things about you. So I just thought of show it to the stream. So another question that I have, teacher, not it's not a question from me, it's from our audience. A teacher asked this question. They asked this question like, when parents comments makes this teacher upset sometimes.
Yeah,
I think it's personally very important question, because sometimes the student can really make the teacher feel emotional. Like, I
yeah,
personally saw there are some teachers just break down and cried in my class. I didn't do anything, just to be clear. But they cannot handle the pressure. They're just emotional right ready, and they just break down in the class and everything. So how did you? I'm pretty sure you have a lot of experience like this and
yeah,
everything.
yeah, yeah.
How, yeah, how do you handle this kind of parents? How do you handle your emotions, teacher?
We are dealing with human beings. So, like human behavior, everybody will come with their own problem, their own solution, everything will be there. So, normally, if let's say a parents come to me and then they are angry and they want to say something very harshly, uh, I won't react very fast or try to respond. And my response is very simple. Every parents that come and scolding or what, making noise and all that, the only result they are asking from you is they want you to ask for sorry. So normally I will use this magic word a lot with parents. So even though I never make mistake, number one, I will say I'm sorry about what happened. So the moment you say sorry to a parent without knowing their problem, their angerness will drop 90%. You have to deal with the next 10% of the problem. So my
Hmm.
most of the time, the magic word really works well, but it's not easy to use it because our ego as a teacher, as an educated person, it won't just simply come like that. But I make it as my habit. Even
Hmm.
though I never make mistake, before the problem, they start to talk about a problem, I will say, if anything happens, I'm sorry about it. I'll look into this matter. Let's sit and talk.
Yeah.
That is
I,
how
yeah.
most of the parents.
I like what you say, because I also learned this from my mentor, from the company that I told you about, Blueprint Consultancy, where when you doesn't react to that situation when a problem is
Yeah,
happening, like a parent is coming and shouting in your face, or telling nasty things in chat or something like that. If you don't react to the situation, not react means not angry. You don't get
yeah,
sad about it.
not getting
You
yeah.
don't react to the situation in this, so you start to respond to it. Then only the situation will solve much more easily. If you want to know, this is very simply
My
said and done.
my
You put,
response will start with sorry first. I'm
yeah.
heartfully saying I'm extremely sorry about this. But it's not easy to say that word, you know.
Yeah, it is not easy to switch like that, but it takes practice. If you guys want to know more about it, you can text me. So, teacher, I have this one final question that I really want to ask you. You know, you are doing this program, planting the seed of success, and because of that, your students are. It's an extra thing that you do that makes you go beyond the classroom, that makes sure your students are okay and all these things. But I understand that many teachers cannot do that. Like, they have classes, maybe like back to back classes. Maybe they are so busy that they don't even have time for themselves, time for their kids, this kind of thing, so they cannot do some extra things for the students. So what you can suggest them to do if this kind of teachers, and also the students are with you now, but they cannot be with you forever. They need to grow up, they will find their own way. What happens after they finish their studies also? What you will do?
Okay, this question arises me after I finish my university study. Why I don't have a platform to go and bring whatever I have in my mind so that I can grow, my students can grow. So what happened was, I finally find this ascendance. Okay, ascendant movement is originated. The main team is my son together. So I grow him together with me so that he can able to be in something that the social environment where we can give back to the students. So normally what happen after SPM, before SPM itself, when the student with me, I will tell them your relationship with PTSM is not today, it's until lifelong time. So what I do, I will encourage the students to go and join ascendance. Okay, you should know, understand. I can do anything within my limit only, but it's not
Yeah.
enough. If you want to generate a bigger group of students, a bigger group of people who want to do better, then you need a platform that is already there. So this is the best platform ever I find out throughout Malaysia. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
before that, I also always check with other organization. They will come in and then they die off. Then sometimes there after then no more already. So when I encourage, what I do is most all the students that come to me is compulsory to attend attendance 2 days conference that they are doing. Even for this coming conference also, I already enroll all my students. That not only that, I also make sure that all my contacts, my relations, whoever knows, even I also contacted my relation from India also to come and join. So once they come to here, Ascendant already have a platform. Whatever I told you, whatever that technique that I used and all that is same in Ascendance. Why? Because we came from the same master. Okay, my master is Ascendance master. Mr.
Mm-hmm.
Elizabeth. So we talk the same language. We do the same. We do the same level. So ascendants can keep every students together. So if I know teachers are very busy, you can't do anything. Only thing that you can go extra and do for your student is please enroll them for their ascendant programs. Because ascendant is not one day program. They have the 2 day program, then you can tell them later they have the apprentice and all that. My students grow with this team. So
Yeah.
now when I start my class also, I already know my student will do very well. My end goal is achieved because I already have someone who are guiding them even better than me.
It's
That
it's
is the
because, teacher, like what you said, you can do whatever that you can while they're in the classroom, but when they go out there, the world is different. They mingle with different type of people, and
yeah.
chances are they might mingle with the wrong type of people, and some things will happen around that way and everything. But if you can show them an environment of people who are doing extraordinary things, if you want to know more about Ascendance, I have put their website, the impact that they have put. I just googled it and just found it immediately. So just send in the chat box. You can refer to that. What they do is they are an international youth movement that has been based in Malaysia, and they are four co-founders there, and one of the co-founder is Miss Rani's son. So they what they do is they guide students who are 18 and below on how they can study well, at the same time figure out about their career, look at what their passion. Just like how Miss Rani started this segment, if you ask me to do what I will do without earning a single thing as my career, she said teaching. We ascendants work with students to find out that one thing that they are good at, the one thing that they really, really want to do. And let's say when they figure it out, SNMs work with them on how they can cultivate and make it into their career. And they do it through their programs, their conferences, their amazing training programs and everything. I think Miss Rani have shared about Vishnu's story. So she's one of the person that has been guided by ETIDs and ascendants, and that is why from a normal student who went for college, she figured out her career and started her own business and doing really, really well right now. Even me personally, I'm sitting here and I'm hosting this talk show, doing this interview with Miss Rani is because of ascendants. I remember when I was 19 years old, when everything was going haywire in my life, I go to PTSM, I meet Miss Rani and Ganesan, and they are the one that introduced me to ascendants. They said, come and meet them. If you like it, be with them. If you don't like it, let's see what I can do for you. So when I met ascendants, what I personally feel is they are youngsters and they are same age as me and they're doing wonders. So for me is I want to be like that. How can I do that? How can I achieve that? That is what I really, really want to do. I want to learn. And slowly I figure out my passion and build that into a career. And now I become the head of marketing and sales. I become the council member of ETI Ideas. It's a huge business incubator that have 30 businesses. I'm one of the person that's running that. And I'm also a president of MDK and NGO. It's because of PTSM, because they introduced me to SNS. So teachers, if you want your students to be part of SNS, most of the SNS events are free because they want to impact the students. That's why they're giving it for free. So I think PTSM, how many students are coming for? I think there are many students coming from PTSM to our program, right? It's a SNS program. So
Not
yeah, you
under PTSM. PTSM, parents recommended so many students from other like Klantan, Tranganu also got, and they also
yeah.
registered right away.
Yeah, it's about going an extra mile. We are teaching, but to go an extra mile, we need to show them the right path in their life. Like this is the path, this is the right thing that you need to go, and they will take it away from that. So if you want to know more about ascendance, I have put the thing in the chat box again. I will put it one more time. So if you guys want to see, you can check it out. The reason one that Ascendance is doing right now is they are organizing this international level student conference called New Age Learner Virtual Conference. It's just mind blowing, amazing. We are bringing in young change makers from 8 countries. 20 speakers will be there going to share their valuable experience. And the best thing is the speakers of this conference are youngsters themselves who are 9 years old, 10 years old, 11 years old, 18 years old, who have achieved extraordinary things in their life. They will be coming and sharing with the students. Imagine like ourselves being a 14-year-old student listening to a talk by another 14-year-old student. So it will spark that thing, like, oh my God, I want to do the same thing as well. So that's what SNS want to give. It's free for every students to attend as well. Teachers, you can contact me anytime you want, and I also put the program booklet in the chat. Have a look at it if you want. So I think that's all from me. Teacher, you want to say any last words to our teachers so that we can officially end our segment today?
To all the teachers, even for the parents, actually, the next world, our world, the energy to run everything is in the youngsters. Okay, they have the energy to perform better and better, but it must be the correct youngsters. So our ascendant already have everything right for you. Just enroll your students. Their life will be taken care. You don't need to do so much of work as what I did also, because it's already there for you. Just enroll them. They will take care your children or your students for lifetime. So please do sign in. Do not miss this opportunity.
Thank you very
I,
much, teacher. Thank you for being here.
I really, my children become so much better and become like international level ready because of ascendants. So I would like to say as thank to ascendants because they make my job become very easier. Now I'm not worried about my children's future.
Very nice, teacher. Very nice. Thank you very much for being here. To our audience who are watching, I have sent my contact number in the chat. If you guys want to contact me, just go ahead and contact me. I will just very happy to share with you more about ascendants. So thank you, teachers. Thank you for always being the teacher who is beyond the classroom, impacting hundreds of thousands of students' life along the way. I really appreciate what you do. That the little effort, the extra effort that you do, make sure that the student is okay, the student is emotionally okay, the student is doing good. That's what shapes the student's reality. So thank you very, very much for sharing the beautiful stories with us. Thank you. I'm really honored to be in my show. Thank you, teacher.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Actually, I
So
have
thank
so
you.
many other story to tell, so we can go to
Yeah,
part
30
two,
years
part
of
three, part
experience,
four.
guys. We can go part two, part three, all can, no problem. So thank you very much. Thank you for all the lovely audience who are watching the show with us. We hope we have answered your question. If you want to know more about Ascendance or Miss Rani's Center, what she does and everything, you can contact me. I will very happy to share with you guys about that. So thank you guys, and see you again on next Wednesday with another inspiring topic with an inspiring speaker. Thank you very much.
Thank you.